I want to bring in Akshita as well. Akshita, you know that this is, if someone wanted to hurt a lot of people, you know, they couldn't have chosen a more prime location than a Rameshwaram Cafe. Wildly popular, always packed with people, choosing the lunch rush hour when it's, you know, usually all the tables are full and it's very crowded and, you know, people may actually be distracted. You know, if indeed this was as sinister as Mr. Siddaramaiah is claiming to suggest, then this was someone who obviously wanted to hurt a lot of people.
Very, very true, Shiv. You know, social media, if you follow anything on Bengaluru, is all about Rameshwaram Cafe. That's how popular it is. You'll find a blend of tourists, locals, all who visit this cafe. The timing of it, this incident took place around 1 p.m. Peak lunchtime, peak time really when cafes like this are packed to the brim. You look at a Rameshwaram Cafe in Bangalore, it's there across the city, of course. This is the Whitefield branch. It's one of those semi-outdoor, you know, standing kind of setup. So everyone's together, there's no table separate. You can't identify if a bag is kept next to you or not because everyone's standing. You've got strangers on your table all eating together. So in that sense, Shiv, with the CCTV footage, it may be easier for officials to actually find out who brought in this bag, who kept it, but otherwise it would be near impossible simply because of the footfall, one, the number of people who come to this kind of a restaurant and how immensely popular it is, and second, because of how the seating is. It's not table by table with a certain amount of distance. There are just a bunch of tables laid out. It's largely outdoor. Everyone gathers. Wherever you find space, you kind of stand, which is why, unfortunately, the number of people who have been injured has gone up from 4 to 9. Fortunately, no critical injuries being reported, but there are 9 people who were all there standing at different points clearly who've all been injured in this blast, Shiv.
Absolutely terrifying stuff. A Rameshwaram Cafe, you know, chosen for this kind of an attack tells its own story. And I'm going to go across to Saga in just a moment and bring Akshita back in. But I just want to explain some of the images that you've got on your screen, viewer. The image you see right next to me, the one in the middle here, is an image from, you know, from some of the remnants of that blast. What you see circled in this image are nuts and bolts. There are oftentimes explosive devices are packed with nuts and bolts. You know, that is the stuff that you know, explodes outward and causes damage and injures people. It's things like this which would have hit people and, you know, opened wounds and caused them to bleed. You can see a puddle of blood also there, which we've blurred out, obviously, because these are disturbing images and very much part of evidence. On the far side of the screen, you can see pictures from immediately after the blast when the injured were actually being taken out. Now, thankfully, 9 people have sustained only, you know, non-critical minor injuries, but that does not mean this was not serious. Any one of these people could have lost their lives because the nuts and bolts you see in this image indicate that this was an explosive device that was designed to most definitely injure, if not kill. It was a low-intensity blast, as confirmed by Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, which could indicate a number of things. Was it an intention? You know, let me put on my analyst hat for just a moment, viewer, to give you a couple of scenarios regarding what we're talking about. The possibilities. A, this could have been, you know, a terrorist attack. We don't know that for sure, so I want to be careful as far as the words I'm using. Point number 2, this could have been some kind of a trial. This could have been a low-intensity trial. Remember, before large attacks, groups do conduct trial runs with low intensity to find out where the gaps are, find out where the CCTV images are, and basically to test the response of you know, defenses and security agencies to see precisely what they can and cannot find out. The other possibility always, remember that I just want to go through all possibilities right now. Could this be some kind of rivalry? Could this be a rival of the Rameshwaram Cafe doing something like this? Because remember, the fallout of an attack like this will make customers scared, you know, not just perhaps of going to a Rameshwaram Cafe, but to any restaurant. So it has that kind of effect as well. So is this something pointed at some kind of personal or corporate rivalry with Rameshwaram Cafe? Could it be a larger assault on the economic health of Karnataka or Bengaluru, you know, trying to get people not to go out into restaurants? I am just thinking aloud, viewer, because all of these are possibilities at this early stage just 4 hours after this blast has taken place. Sagai Raj is still with us, Akshita is still with us. We'll be bringing in Nagarjun as well in just a moment from now. DK Shivakumar has spoken. He's talked about the officers on ground